this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Brought to you by the reinvented 2012 Camry. It's ready. Are you? Welcome to Stuff You Should Know from HowStuffWorks.com.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark. There's Charles W. Chuck Bryant. Room zoom zoom, Chuck.
Who's get Zeichnick here, Clark?
That was good, Chuck. I was hoping you'd bust out a lot of German.
Willkommen.
We are going to do an episode on the Autobahn, as you probably noticed when you clicked play, right?
Yes.
And we're going to get to the bottom of the age-old question, who's zooming who? Chuck or me?
Who was that?
Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
One of her late career pop songs.
She also did the Freeway of Love, so that's interesting. She took up like a highway theme later in her career. Although Who's Zooming Who had nothing to do with the Autobahn, did it?
No.
No.
I think you could make a case it had to do with SEX.
Oh.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Didn't every song in the 80s have to do with that? Or cocaine?
No, get out of my dreams, get into my car.
What do
you think the car is? Of course.
Get in the fast lane, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this one's already better than you thought it was going to be.
Let's begin.
The Autobahn.
Chuck.
Fahren on the Autobahn.
So we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, let's just get to it now. Who is that, Chuck?
That's Kraftwerk.
Or Kraftwerk.
Kraftwerk. They were, they're a German. I actually saw them at the Coachella Festival.
Wow.
And I'm not a fan, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. I understand their place.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest
they used to
German band.
Build their own instruments.
No, trust me.
They were so ahead of their time. They had to build their own instruments.
Yeah, the early 70s.
Yeah.
They were doing techno music, sort of. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of that kind of music, so I didn't dig it. But I get it. They're
That's
great
cool.
guys.
Yeah. They seem like it.
Nice dudes. And they had a song called Autobahn.
Yeah. And
which was aped in The Big Lebowski.
Oh, yeah, by the Nihilists?
No, well, they were Nihilists, but they were, the name of the band in The Big Lebowski was Autobahn. The name of their album was Nagelbet, which I looked up today. That is the perionchium, which is the tissue surrounding the fingernail and toenail. And that was the name of their album, which aped Kraftwerk's album cover, The Man Machine.
Oh, there's some kid whose head just exploded.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Kraftwerk has a place in the Simpsons pantheon. They made an appearance verbally in the Fighting Hellfish episode.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the German heir shows up to claim the artwork, and he tells the farm boys to get a room. He tells everybody to hurry up because he has to go see Kraftwerk in Stuttgart. Yeah.
We should just wrap it up right here.
Yep. All right. Thank you, everybody. Chuck, let's begin.
All right.
You know my brother Bill? I don't know if you've ever met him or not.
No.
Okay, well, Bill got into Porsches for a little while.
So did my dad.
And he got himself a brand new 911 Carrera.
Sweet.
In like the late 90s. It was sweet. It was silver. The moment it hit 55, a spoiler automatically came up. It was just nice.
They're such sweet cars.
And it had like a little sticker on the front, and it had like a guy's signature on it, and it was like a pen in hand signature. It was a real thing.
Uh-huh.
And basically it was like, I've driven this car and this thing is A-OK. And he said, you see that? That's a German race car driver's signature. This car had like 15 miles on it when I got it because they'd taken it out on the Autobahn. They do that to every single one. So I did a little research. This was the late 90s. And from, say, 1996 to today, I thought that Porsche did that with every car. Doing a little research, I figured out that that's not the case. Bill may have been mistaken.
It's a myth.
Or he could have just gotten lucky and just happened to get the car that somebody test drove on the Autobahn.
I think I've heard that before, actually.
That Porsche does every single one?
Or that they test drive their fleet.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of them, but
I didn't see any evidence whatsoever that they do anything, but they do use the Autobahn. This is the cool part, to road test like new models.
Oh, really?
Or they'll say, hey, you're a auto journalist. Why don't you come on over to Germany and drive this thing? And it'd be like us taking a car out on I-85 or I-75, or probably more appropriately 285, and just going as fast as we can and then going home and writing about it.
I just read an article, like you said, the auto writers. It was Car and Driver, I think. Some dude got a Lamborghini Aventador and drove and wrote an article about driving 200 miles an hour on, there's a stretch outside of Garmisch.
Oh, yes, Garmisch.
It's 45 miles of awesome roadway, and it's not like flat and straight. It's curvy and mountainous, and apparently that's like one of the great places to go. Drive fast.
Garmisch.
Yes.
Okay. Well, look for a Stuff You Should Know quiz in the future with the answer of Garmisch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
I've been coming up with questions in my head.
Are you going to write these?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm going to telepathically beam the quiz to everybody who listens to Stuff You Should Know.
I was writing those quizzes for a while.
I'm sorry about that. I'm a little testy about this one. I'm not a car guy. You've seen my car.
I'm not a car guy either.
So
I drive a truck.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So are you a truck guy?
No, I mean, it's just handy.
Okay.
You drive really fast, though, in your old beater.
Yeah.
So I thought you might appreciate this.
Yeah, no, I'm not like a break 100 miles an hour kind of guy at all.
You're just a break 80 within neighborhoods of Atlanta kind of guy.
No, I've slowed down quite a bit in my old age in residential areas. But yeah, no, I still like to get from point A to point B. Like, being on the highway to me is not a luxury. It's not like a great experience. It's like okay, now I can get there as fast as I possibly can.
Sure.
Because that's like an interruption of life, having to drive from one place to another. Yeah. Teleportation to me would be one of the greatest inventions of all time.
I could dig that.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the myth that Porsche does that. There's another myth, was that Adolf Hitler invented the Autobahn.
Yeah.
It's not really true.
No, he gets a lot of credit for that. And by the way, we should say to anybody who isn't from Germany or America or any other country in the world, if you don't know what the Autobahn is, it is the German federal highway system.
Yeah.
The Bundesautobahn, right?
Bundes. Yes.
Thanks. That means, in English, federal motorway, right? That's it.
Yeah, and Bahn means track.
So federal motor track.
Yeah, I mean,
is Bundesautobahn.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Strictly translated.
And so, Adolf Hitler gets the lion's share of the credit as the father of the Autobahn, but it's not correct, right?
No. I mean, the rise of the Nazi war machine definitely had a lot to do with the rise of the Autobahn and how extensive it became. But it began construction in 1929, and I think the first stretch between Cologne and Bonn was in 1932.
Yeah, but he apparently also gets credit as like the father of the highway system in general.
Sure.
The U.S. highway system is modeled after the Autobahn. Most federal interstate systems are. And Hitler gets the credit. But really, if you go back even further to, I think, 1913, there was this this experimental highway called the AVUS highway in Berlin.
Ah.
Right? So that was like arguably the world's first highway. Because, the Germans were the world's first auto manufacturers.
Sure.
So they're the first ones to need a highway.
And they do it right, still.
And then also there is the Autostrada in Italy that was built in the 1920s that linked Milan to the lakes in northern Italy. So Hitler may have been inspired to get this plan out the door, but he didn't even come up with the plan. There was another guy who was the PR head for the Berlin, I think it was Berlin, or maybe just Germany as a whole, the German Chamber of Commerce. Oh. And he coined the term Autobahn in like 1920, 1921.
Really?
And the German Chamber of Commerce came up with this plan for this whole thing. And then the Nazis stole it. So yet another reason to hate the Nazis.
As if we need it anymore.
Yeah.
So that is true, Josh. They the initial first sections from Frankfurt to Darmstadt was very straight, and they did test Grand Prix racing cars way back when on the stretch of road.
Yeah.
That is true.
Right.
Because one dude died, Bernd Rosemeyer, died in 1938 after setting the very brief record 268.432. His little buddy, Rudolph Caracciola.
That's miles per hour.
Yeah.
432
That's
kilometers
really
per
fast.
hour. Yeah.
Right after that, Rudolph Caracciola jumped in his car and went 268.8.
Yeah.
And then Berndt said, "Oh, yeah? Let me try that again." And he got in, and he died.
Yeah, his car lifted off the ground. He got caught in a crosswind and was killed.
It's very sad.
What's interesting is those two speeds you just mentioned are still the fastest speeds ever clocked on the Autobahn.
Yeah, in these old cars.
Yeah, 1938, in one day. And the first guy, Bernd Rosemeyer, he was driving an Auto Union V16, which
V16, that's
a V16,
crazy.
yeah. In Auto Union eventually became Audi.
Ah.
And then Caracciola, he was driving a Mercedes, a V12 Mercedes W125, and he beat Rosemeyer by like 0.04 of a second or 0.4 of a second.
Did you see those cars?
Yeah,
I mean, they look sort of like smaller versions of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah, kind of.
And they're going 260 something miles an hour.
Yeah, they look like
nuts.
old timey race cars driven by like old timey race car drivers.
Yeah.
Who died? The guy died that day. Isn't that weird?
It's weirdly sad.
So Hitler, again, father of the Autobahn, in some respect, he definitely he took road building to new heights or to new extremes. Apparently, you know the Cologne-Bonn stretch from 1932? That was the first stretch of highway in Germany.
Wow.
Supposedly, the first real one. 6 years later, under Nazi rule, 1,860 miles of roadway had been completed. So they were like road-making machines.
Well, they were, and that kind of, well, it didn't really backfire, but it went into disrepair in a lot of places after the war because the German citizens weren't in such great shape financially after the war.
No, and they didn't even get used during the war, which is the whole reason Hitler was building them was for military transport. But a lot of the roads are like too steep, too mountainous, so they didn't use them.
So they fell in disrepair and took a long time. You know, some points were even impassable, and it took a long time before they really got on a campaign to reconstruct them and build them back up to the Great Road.
Yes.
The Great Road?
That's Route 66, you're thinking. No, that's the Mother Road.
This is our second.
Holy
cow.
Boy. Wow.
That's shameful.
We both just realized that at the same exact moment.
2 podcasts on a road.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this will be the last.
Yeah, Chuck, it wasn't until the 90s after East Germany and West Germany got back together that the Autobahn really started to take the legendary form, I think, that we have now, that we have of it now.
Which is now, see, I got the 4th largest behind America, China, and India.
Oh, is that right?
But it says the 3rd, but I'm not sure which one is more recent. Or it may have to do with how India counts the road.
They count it all twice.
Well, if it's like a major expressway or what, because India's is way bigger than any of them, I think. But Germans might say like, no, we're talking highways only.
Well,
I'm not sure.
How about some stats, man? It's your time to shine. How big is this thing?
I have, as of 2010,
that's pretty recent.
12,813 clicks.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's a
kilometers.
Okay. It's actually decreased in size then, because this article has it as 12,875 kilometers.
But when was that? Maybe that's newer.
Or else it's shrinking.
It might be, actually.
It's shrinking in its age. It's got sarcopenia. And we should say for our American friends, that's 8,000 miles of roadway.
Very nice. There'll be more stats. We'll scatter them out.
Okay.
Keep this thing exciting. What's another myth, Josh? You can just drive as fast as you want on this thing all over the place, right?
Well, no, you can't. You can, but the Germans are a very sensible people. They're very efficient. They're very sensible is a really good word.
Yeah.
To describe the German people.
One might even say rigid.
You could say that. And they are well aware that you should not be driving unfettered speed limit wise through congested areas, like through a city or something like that.
Sure.
So in a lot of parts of the Autobahn, you're going to find speed limits, which are called tempo limits. in German.
Tempo limits?
Tempo limit.
I like that.
Which is, of course, one word.
Yeah, sure.
So congested areas where like the terrain is really rough.
Yeah.
During certain types of weather, there's a lot of factors that go into it, but it's not unlimited. For about 3/4 of the 8,000 miles, you'll find speed limits. But then there's about 2,000 miles of Autobahn, about a quarter of the whole thing, where there really isn't any speed limit.
Not bad.
You can drive as fast as you want, but there is a suggested speed limit of, I believe, 130 kilometers per hour, which is 80 miles an hour. But that's suggested.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to pull you over for that.
Right. There is a minimum speed limit of 37 miles per hour, which is about 60 kilometers per hour, and that just keeps the riffraff off the road that will get blown away. Like
including
mopeds and stuff like that.
And
well, horses,
which were banned outright from the beginning.
Yeah, they knew
German highways
early on that they wanted this thing to cook.
Yeah,
or at least it seems like. But even if it is unlimited, they still can. You can still get a fine if you're driving too fast for like weather conditions.
You can also. I mean, if you're going to pass an Autobahn cop, which are called the Autobahn Polizei. Again, one long word.
Polizei.
You don't want to taunt him, especially if you're holding like a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Because the Germans consider driving while eating or drinking as a distracted driver state, and they will pull you over in a heartbeat and fine you, and they do it routinely.
Yeah. Can I just go ahead and take my hat off to the German people for their sensible and common sense rules when it comes to driving?
Sure, Chuck.
Because that is one. All of these rules, to me, should be worldwide because they just make sense.
Okay.
For instance, the 2-second rule. If you don't follow the 2-second rule, which means you give yourself 2 seconds worth of stopping time for the car in front of you, then you can get a ticket and a suspended license.
Yeah.
Very
and
important.
We should explain that to our younger listeners, maybe ones who don't drive yet. Say you're following a car and a car passes a street lamp, right? Mm-hmm. If you should be able to count off 2 seconds before you pass that street lamp.
Yeah.
That means there's 2 seconds of space 2 seconds of reaction time between you and the car in front of you. That's the 2-second rule.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it. Nice suggestion.
Thanks.
Another rule, Josh, which should be adhered here in the United States. Travel fast in the left lane only. Pass on the right only.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
Well, so apparently the Germans are extremely well instructed in the art of passing and respecting the passing lane.
Yeah.
So I've met so many people on the highway that I really genuinely wanted to take the lives of.
You've met them?
I met them by making eye contact, like really angry, vicious eye contact.
Waving at them?
On the road, because they just not only won't get over, they maybe slow down a little bit. When you try to pass them in the left lane, they're going too slow.
Yeah.
Apparently the Germans do not have this problem.
No.
If you are not getting over, if you're in the left lane and you don't get over for a faster driver, you can be fined because they consider that coercion. You are coercing a driver who drives faster than you to drive slower. And that is messed up.
Yeah, and not only that, but if you're going 120 miles an hour in that left lane in your Mercedes and Gunther behind you is in his Porsche and he wants to go 190, you got to get over.
Yeah, because you're the slower driver.
You're the slower driver.
And also, whether it's you or Gunther in the left lane, you're not supposed to be in there unless you're passing.
Right.
The right lanes are for traveling. The left lane is for passing. And you don't drive in the left lane.
Yeah.
And you can get a fine for that. You're allowed to flash your lights and honk your horn at somebody who's going slower to basically say, hey, I don't want to use up my brakes. Get over, will ya? If they don't get over, they can get a ticket. If you do it excessively, supposedly, that's coercion as well. So you can both get a ticket if you find a grumpy Autopolizei.
That's right.
Autobahn Polizei.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think anytime you're not sure, just like do it quiet. And you mentioned, the left lane is for passing. You can also be stopped and fined if you pass on the right, if your excuse was, but hey, the guy wouldn't get over, they can say, I'm sorry, you're still getting a ticket, but we'll give him a ticket too if we happen to see that. You're both going to get tickets.
Right.
Which is like, can it be any more fair than that? No.
And women have to get a license to wear lipstick. What else, Chuck?
The emergency lane is for emergencies only here in the United States. When traffic backs up in certain places like L.A., people will drive in the emergency lane because they can't wait.
Yeah, that makes me want to kill too.
But they said, I love this part, even if you run out of gas, that's no excuse because that's an avoidable thing. So
that's very sensible as well.
I get the feeling it's very shameful as well in Germany to run out of gas because they're just so like on top of everything.
Yeah,
they're like, if you run out of gas, you're not worthy of being on the road.
Like they have like page 8 of the local paper is just like mug shots of people who ran out of gas in the emergency
Hans
lane.
ran out of gas yesterday.
Yeah.
Should we talk about some of these fines? That's kind of the least interesting part.
Yeah, how about this? This'll drive people to the website after this. If you want to see some fines, some infractions, and the corresponding fines in euros, look up Autobahn on howstuffworks.com. We'll remind you again later at the end of this episode.
Another cool thing I like about the system, Josh, it's all consistent with how they letter and number everything. Everything on the Autobahn system has a capital A, followed by a number.
Yeah.
Even numbers go east-west. Odd numbers go north-south.
Same exact thing in the U.S.
Is that right?
Yeah, 75 north-south, 85 north-south, 95 north-south, 20, 40, 60, 80, all east-west. Same thing. It was modeled on the Autobahn. Eisenhower's like, I love these Nazis.
I don't think they're all like that, though, are they?
Yep.
Seems like California had some...
For interstate, for federal highways only.
So what about rings?
I don't know. 285
that's our loop.
Probably larger. I don't know this, but I would suspect that the larger orientation, whether it's east-west or north-south, would guide the people naming it, giving it a name. Gotcha. So, like, I'll bet 285, it has longer stretches going east and west, or north and south than east and west, which is why it has an odd number. But
it's not a perfect circle, that's for sure.
I tend to make stuff up, and that could be an example of it.
You would think that because of the excessive speeds that the Autobahn would be a death trap.
I would.
And for a while there, it was pretty unsafe. Like 1970, I think, was the all-time high when they had more than 21,000 deaths that year, which is staggering.
It is, but it's less than the United States standard of about 40,000 a year.
Yeah, but we have a lot more highway.
We do.
Yeah. In 2008, though, that number fell to fewer than 4,500 because of a few things. Better engineering of the cars, safety, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Better engineering of the roadway.
Very much.
My dad taught me this. My dad's a mechanical engineer, but engineers, any type of engineer appreciates the work of any other type of engineer.
Oh, sure.
And he taught me to really appreciate a curve where you don't have to move your steering wheel. You just tilt it slightly, and then you just hold it in place for the whole curve.
Yeah.
And you don't have to turn it to stay into the curve. Is a perfectly engineered and perfectly constructed curve.
I have driven on a racetrack, and that's how it is.
But if you pay attention, you'll find that some curves on some highways are better than others.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And when you're looking out for it, you really appreciate that one curve where you just pull into it. You're like, hats off to you guys. Like, way to go. This is a perfect curve.
Yeah. When I did Atlanta Motor Speedway, I actually got the feeling that I didn't even need to turn my wheel because the bank, it felt like the car just kind of turned itself.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not the case, but
I'll bet it is.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. What were you doing on Atlanta Motor Speedway?
We did a commercial shoot there years ago, and I had to go the day before to like get some paper signed from someone. Mm-hmm. And the guy that worked there said,
he's like, hey
he
man.
did. He literally did. He's like, hey man, you want to take a lap? I went, heck yeah, I do.
He's like, you got any money?
It was unfortunately I was in a production vehicle, so it was a GMC Yukon SUV.
Gotcha.
I went like 90, and it felt on that track, it felt like I was going about 30.
Really?
So it wasn't actually a thrill. It was just like, oh, this is neat.
Right.
But the banks, man, those are scary. Like, I thought it was going to tip over. That's how steep it was.
I would imagine so, especially in like an SUV.
Yeah.
Especially in a big SUV.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very fun, though.
So yeah, the Autobahn's one of the safest roadways in the world.
Yeah,
Almost
now
just
it
like
is.
the United States. But it's not. It's in Germany.
That's right.
Don't try and fool me.
There's been talk in recent years, Josh, about imposing some speed limits because of environmental factors more than safety.
Yeah, apparently if you propose putting speed limits on the Autobahn for safety reasons, you're just chided and derided and upbraided
Yeah.
like by everyone. Like, oh, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You clearly just moved here from Spain or something like that, you know? It's all about environment, though. And in fact, there's 3 cities in Germany, Bonn, Cologne, and I think Berlin, who've instituted what are called umlaut zones? No,
I don't think they're umlaut zones.
Umwelt zones.
Okay.
Which is an environment zone. And basically it's like you have to have a sticker that shows that your car was inspected and meets approved emission standards to be able to drive in this environment zone.
Oh.
So if you drive a nasty diesel car, you can't drive in certain sections of Bonn or Cologne or, I think, Berlin.
Well, speaking of stickers, too, you have to have a tire rated for speed as well, which is another great rule.
Well, yeah, you can't, if you have a really fast car, you can't have really cheap tires.
Yeah.
Like, your tire has to be rated for your car's top speed, or you can be pulled over for that, too.
Right, but they do allow exceptions, I think, for certain kind of winter tires, which you need the sticker for, though, to show the cop, the polizei, that you're like, I can have these winter tires.
Yeah.
Back off.
So, obviously, they're going to post speed limits all over the Autobahn for carbon emissions, right?
Sure.
Wrong. Chancellor Angela Merkel, in this country, you would call her Angela Merkel. She said in 2007 that she would not support any speed limit measures for the Autobahn.
I love that.
Instead, she said, automakers, why don't you just go make the cars more efficient
Yeah.
with fewer emissions?
That's what I love. She's like, no, change your cars.
Yeah, and apparently she's a standard bearer for the rest of the country as far as the Autobahn goes.
You got anything else?
I mean, no, I don't have anything else.
Really? I have one thing, and this makes sense. During the Cold War, obviously the roads were neglected more in East Germany than West Germany.
Right.
And so it was sort of in a state of disarray, lots of potholes, impassable places, major obstacles, and a lot of these roads were just used for military traffic for a little while. But since the end of the Cold War, since the wall fell, I think they've tried to help out East Germany a little bit there.
Yeah.
Make their roads a little better so they can be a Germany united in road and spirit.
Yes. And they are.
Yes, they are.
So there you have it, the Autobahn. It's our companion piece to Route 66.
I remember when I was a kid, you just heard a lot about the Autobahn. It was like, I don't know, maybe that was the big, when cars were really going fast, because I just remember the Autobahn.
Well, yeah, but that was also the same age where you were, 8 to 9 times likelier to have a poster of a Lamborghini on the back of your bedroom door.
Yeah, with a girl in a bikini holding a beer mug.
Yeah, I remember those. I remember that Garfield one where it was like a real shot of a mansion and like a Lamborghini and all this, a boat and all that, but Garfield like superimposed over it. It was like, whoever dies with the most toys wins.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Can you imagine a more 80s motto than that?
Yeah, materialistic.
It was like, Garfield, what are you doing?
I know.
You've gone astray. He's back though, everybody. And he's dead. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up, is Garfield actually dead? It'll bring up some pretty cool stuff.
It's a great way to end.
If you want to know more about the Autobahn, including some other traffic infractions and their corresponding fines in euros, you want to type in Autobahn, Autobahn, in the search bar at howstuffworks.com. And since I said search bar in there somewhere, that means it's time for not listener mail. Sometimes it means it's time for Facebook questions.
That's right. And this week, Josh, it's a very special edition of Facebook Questions because these aren't questions about us for a change. We're not going to sit here and talk about each other, which we love to do.
I find it off-putting when we do that.
Really?
Yeah, it's intrusive.
Oh, I love it. These are Facebook questions for our special guest who is here in the studio with us.
Actually, it's me, John Hodgman, everyone. Yeah, I'm here again. But actually, guys, I got to tell you, I'm not actually here.
What do you mean? You're sitting
I'm
here right here.
I'm currently a hologram. The John Hodgman actual is currently in Brooklyn, New York.
So Jerry busted you out. How did that go? She busted you out of the safe room.
Oh, that went fine.
Okay.
And I was able to make it back home.
You just left.
And John Hodgman actual is in Brooklyn, New York right now promoting, well, actually at the Bell House tonight.
We know the Bell House.
Getting ready to present the launch of his new book, That Is All.
Which I guess came out today.
It came out today, November 1st, 2011. Wow. So John Hodgman actual had to be in Brooklyn to begin his book tour, and so he sent me his holographic representation.
So should we congratulate you, or can you send us? Can you send a message to?
I can convey a message to Hodgman actual.
Okay, so we had breakfast this morning. Was that you, or was that the actual John Hodgman?
That was me, the hologram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Boy, the hologram really puts away the sausage links.
Wow.
Well, you know, when you're a hologram, you can eat whatever you want.
Okay. Wow.
So are you pre-recorded, or?
I'm an interactive program that responds to stimulus in a very similar way.
Wow. And yet I see
fooled me.
Chuck is moving his hand through your head right now, so
it's neato.
You look totally solid, but obviously you're not.
I am an interactive program that responds to stimulus in a very similar way.
I thought I detected odors, John Hodgman odors, but that must just be in my head.
I am an interactive program that responds to various stimulus in I forget what I was going to say.
Well, I guess that's good enough for Facebook questions.
Well, I
Yes.
have a question. Can you feel love? Okay, all right, settle down.
Just let me flick this. There we go. All right.
Hello, I am a holographic John Hodgman. How may I be of service?
Well, John, holographic John, we had some fans write in of yours
Good.
on Facebook because
Yes.
we said, hey, John, the hologram is going to be in the office.
That's great because John Hodgman usually uses a robot to answer his email.
Perfect then.
So this works perfectly.
And they responded in kind, and you don't know these questions. This is not pre-prepared, and even if Hodgman actual did, I don't believe Hodgman virtual would be preloaded with these in its software.
There's no way that these could be predicted. They're
No.
too random.
I'm looking forward to hearing the questions from the millions of fake accounts and offshore banks that are registered at your website. at
Well, then
Facebook.
we will ask it now.
All right, very well.
Josh,
Oh, do you want me
lead
to
this off?
kick off?
Sure.
Are we gonna call out the people who asked the questions? I think we should.
Oh yeah, we always do.
So, John, the hologram.
Yes.
I don't know if you know this, but John, the actual, loves the podcast, loves Stuff You Should Know. He always talks about it, almost to an embarrassing degree.
I am aware of his affection for the podcast. I choose not to comment on it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But you basically have access to all of John the actual's thoughts and feelings about certain things.
Yes.
Okay, so we did an episode on the Muppets. It's a much beloved episode.
I am aware.
So this question, I think, pertains to that. This is from Josh Bailey, and he asks, which Muppet is your favorite?
There can be no question that John Hodgman's favorite Muppet is Kermit. He is an incredible character in American fiction that I adore. And also John Hodgman does, too.
Okay.
It's convenient.
There is, for the most part, a consensus on the Internet that I resemble Bunsen Honeydew.
Oh, yeah, now that you mention that.
And there's a very famous picture of you with said Muppet.
Is there?
There is. I've seen it.
On my phone?
I have. And
Well,
it's
I
neat.
cannot, as a hologram, I cannot confirm whether or not that picture exists.
Pretty
You
neato.
are speaking of something that falls under a non-disclosure agreement
That you signed, Chuck?
pertaining to the new Muppets movie, of which John Hodgman has no part except visiting a table read.
Gotcha. That's a lot of information.
But yes, I think probably the Muppet movie is one of the sort of most overlooked great film of the 70s.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Of the great films of the 70s, and I'm including 1980. So we're talking, The Godfather and Chinatown, and those great, hard, weird, complex, unsparing
French Connection,
adult, sophisticated, and I don't mean an adult in a
Story of
way.
O sort of way.
Yeah, right. Empire Strikes Back obviously falls in that category as well. Sort of morally nebulous and dark. The Muppet movie is equally that. It is a movie about puppets that go on a journey to Hollywood to make a movie about puppets. And at the end of the movie, all of the puppets sing about how life is a movie while they're surrounded by fake props that are imitating the fake props from the earlier part of the movie.
Right.
And then the theater, the ceiling of the theater smashes and a real rainbow comes in and touches them all. And then Kermit looks directly into the camera, breaks the fourth wall, and says to you, the viewer, life is a movie. Write your own ending.
Spoiler alert.
Well, this is, as you know, this is the only movie on which the literary critic Roland Barthes was given a screenplay credit.
Yeah, I think
Because
Brooklyn
it is so-
hipsters would call that meta.
It's so intensely meta and beautiful, and yet also emotionally very affecting. I love Kermit the Frog.
So
I love Beaker too. I love
Kermit.
Beaker. Put Beaker down.
Kermit and Beaker.
Sure.
Josh Bailey.
All right, this is from Joshua Charles Knowles.
Right.
Favorite board game, favorite cartoon, and favorite Pulitzer recipient.
Favorite board game obviously is Scrabble.
Of course.
Favorite cartoon, animated or strip cartoon? Comic strip or cartoon?
The favorite cartoon. Let's go with television.
Or flip book.
Yeah.
Favorite cartoon, Watership Down.
Okay.
Favorite.
A lot of fun. It's hysterical.
It's slapstick. Rabbits are funny. Favorite, and what was the last part?
Pulitzer Prize recipient.
David Lindsay Abaire, the Pulitzer Prize winning playwright, David Lindsay Abaire,
All right.
whom I made fun of 2 podcasts ago.
That's right. That's from Joshua Knowles.
Thank you, Joshua. Who is the next Joshua to ask me a question?
The next Joshua to ask you a question is Bridget Reef Shop Bell. She's got 3 names.
Well,
She
Joshua
likes to
Bridget.
flaunt them, I guess. Her question
Yes,
is as follows. Is Judge John Hodgman, which is a podcast,
it is.
ever going to be a regular weekly or more podcast? I asked that question because it's a question and a bit of a dig.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, Joshua Bridget, I feel that. That hurts.
You've probably heard a lot of that lately.
Yeah, you know what? Here's some things that happened in my life. I work for The Daily Show
With Jon Stewart.
with Jon Stewart from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a book that I'm publishing called That Is All that comes out today.
Mm-hmm.
I have human children.
Yeah.
I have a cat that needs feeding and tending.
Mm-hmm.
And I do a podcast that I love very much called Judge John Hodgman, where people call in and they tell me their disputes, and I tell them who's right and who's wrong.
And Jesse Thorne, the bailiff, Jesse.
The producer of
bailiff
the podcast.
Jesse Thorne, excuse me, has had a baby recently.
And he recently had a baby. So you know
things
what?
have been busy.
And also, I'm a deranged millionaire, and I took 2 months off over the summer
Sue me.
to sit around and work on my inventions.
Right.
So here's the thing. I was a little busy. We fell off our regular weekly thing. It's hard to get good disputes. It's hard to get disputes where people aren't simply buzz marketing Facebook all the time, like we're doing today.
Yeah.
We will put that thing out as often as we can, and I hope it will be weekly. But it will never, ever be twice a week, because we all know that's podcast death.
Especially after 3 years.
Yes.
So that was Joshua Bridget.
Any other Joshuas out there?
Yeah, this is from Joshua Ginger Snapdragon,
Oh,
and he or she
writing from Second Life.
should we eliminate pennies in our currency system?
No, pennies are delightful.
Great.
If any of you, if there were not pennies, there would not be the great Paul F. Tompkins routine Smashed Pennies.
And that's all you need to say.
Available on his CD, Freak Wharf.
You are a good friend.
Well, he is a good comedian.
You ready?
Yeah.
This one comes from
Lightning round. I'll be fast.
Well, we have a lot of people want to know stuff
Oh, I'm happy to tell them.
from you. There were a lot of people who asked questions about your mustache. Some
Sure.
of them were stupid questions,
Mm-hmm.
like what's up with the mustache. But
Or what mustache do you look up to the most is on my list.
It's okay. It's better than what's up with the mustache. But I'm choosing this one from Joshua J. McCracken, who has Bullwinkle as his avatar.
Sure.
Is your mustache a tribute to Stanley Tucci's epic performance in The Lovely Bones?
That is not the case. Doc Holliday, played by Val Kilmer.
I see
in
it now.
Tombstone.
I totally see it now. Yeah.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Dying alcoholic. Yeah.
I'm your Huckleberry.
That was brilliant, John. That was good
There was a
stuff.
time in my life in the 90s when I loved that performance so much that I was like, maybe I should get tuberculosis. maybe I should sweat and drink all the time starting at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
and cough. Because I'm already asthmatic, so I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
Sure.
And look what it's done for you.
Look, I grew a mustache because that is the only facial hair I could grow. And I wanted to grow some facial hair, and this is what every hair you see on my face, that is the only hair that I could grow.
Like you're trying to grow a beard right now as we speak and have been for months.
Yeah, that's why-
You
That's
could grow a
clean
neck beard. I
shaven.
see some stuff down there.
No. You don't want to see.
No?
I spend a lot of time this summer when I went away as a deranged millionaire
Working on
experimenting with the beard.
Yeah.
Because truly, if I really want to be a deranged millionaire, I got to go full Howard Hughes. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Mustache and Wyatt Earp soul patch isn't. I mean, Doc Holliday soul patch isn't going to do it. But it's just not in me, guys. There's still a part of me that's not deranged and not millionaire enough to do it.
So that's the answer.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people wanted to know that, John. Way to go.
It's like sometimes you wear a different shirt. Can't a guy grow a mustache?
Yeah. People just want to know why the guy's wearing
The
shirt.
concern that people have, and here's another perfectly true answer. You notice that the mustache that I'm wearing looks fake because it
I don't
is
think
so
so.
much darker than my regular top hair.
That is true.
My whiskers are very dark,
Right.
and my skin is very pale and pallid, much like Doc Holliday's. And I got a little tired as this happened once where someone came up to me and said, I really like that you're growing a mustache. And it was 11 o'clock in the morning, and I had shaved that day. Because when my whiskers would come in, they would be very dark. It always looked like I was growing a mustache.
Right.
So I decided to give nature what it wanted.
Nice. Very
All right.
nice.
So that's your answer.
Thank you, Josh.
Josh J. McCracken.
Josh Ginger Snap.
Boring.
Oh, mean to Facebook.
This is from John Ridium. How do you feel about Asian carp?
That's not the snakehead fish, is it?
I don't know.
No, you're thinking of the worm face.
Is Asian carp a predatory species? Is that the issue here?
Not
Is that
predatory.
something-
I think you're thinking invasive.
Invasive.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, you really have lightened up a lot. I don't know how to answer that question. They're huge carp, and generally I'm a fan of all.
Well, that's a little like Geddy Lee's famous words, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. John Hodgman
Right.
refusing to answer is your answer.
But here's one.
Geddy Lee didn't write that, by the
Here's
way.
what I'm going to say.
Neil Peart's famous words.
And speaking of giant freshwater fish, there is a long section in this book that I have written that comes out today entitled "That Is All."
Right. The
On
third
this-
in the series.
The third in the series of Complete World Knowledge, including information on wine and sports and the end of the world. There's a long section in this book that follows the path of a semi-professional noodler who meets an unhappy end. Noodling, of course, being the sport of sticking your hand down a catfish's mouth and catching it
Yanking.
and yanking it out. And then he later comes to face the ancient and unspeakable one, the giant catfish that is the entire Mississippi River. That's another story. But that whole section is an homage to the first episode of Stuff You Should Know I ever listened to.
Oh, that was the first, huh?
It was.
That is very thrilling, John.
And you know
Thank
what, John? When I was reading your book, I noticed that there were some stuff you should know threads.
Oh, really? Well,
Just a couple of things I noticed.
yeah.
Like the Mayan calendar and prohibition, prison wine, the
Whoa.
Hadron Collider, cannibalism,
Whoa.
taste, sinkholes, zombies, fluoride,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
toxoplasmosis,
Hey.
H.P. Lovecraft.
Hey.
rogue taxidermy, odd town festivals, spontaneous human combustion,
Wait a minute.
crystal skulls, the many worlds theory,
Wait. One.
near-death experiences.
Do we get any money for this book, John?
Look, there's obviously a kinship in the way we look at and think about the world.
We're both trying to explain everything.
Give me the list, and I'll tell you where it came from.
You're not getting this list.
Read it.
Just
This
read
doesn't
the-
even have to be in the podcast.
Prison wine.
Prison wine, first revealed to me at the offices of Twitter in 2008.
Hadron Collider.
First came to my attention when I was writing an article for Wired magazine in 2007.
Toxoplasmosis.
Toxoplasmosis. I have a human child. I have a wife who is pregnant. Of course I know about toxoplasmosis.
Wait a minute. You hadn't heard about prison wine until 2008?
Yeah, that's right.
Crystal
I
skulls.
did spend a night in jail, but it wasn't long enough to make prison wine. Crystal skulls. Go back to my first book, 2005, Secrets of Yale University, where I talk about the rumor that the Whiffenpoofs gave the skull of Benjamin Franklin to Dick Cavett on his TV show, and it's not true. It was a crystal skull.
Okay.
That goes back to the World Book of the Strange that I read in 2004, writing the first book.
The World Book of it. Does that have trepanation in it?
Of course it does.
Okay.
Trepanation I got from the Golden Compass. Give me more. Come on. I'm not letting this stand.
This sinkholes.
That's from you.
Okay. Odd town festivals.
That's from you.
Okay. Because
But
you
wait a
actually
minute.
gave us a thank you for that
Yeah.
and for noodling.
Yeah, we're cited as experts.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even a thank you, like experts.
Yeah. Keep going.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Odd Town Festivals. That one's yours.
Zombies?
Not that I wasn't aware of a lot of those Odd Town Festivals. Zombies. Zombies.
I know he didn't invent it.
Yeah. No, you didn't. Let me give you a little history lesson, right? Zombies been around for a long time. Check out Serpent in the Rainbow, dum-dum. Next. I saw that in the theater.
Rogue taxidermy, bartering.
Rogue taxidermy was probably you. Bartering, though, bartering?
We didn't do bartering. House swapping, you mean?
No, we talked about bartering, didn't we?
I'm sure we did in house swapping.
Oh, also, conjunctions. We use a lot of conjunctions. So do you. Bartering goes back to my first year of college when I would tell other freshmen who were from out of state. I went to college at Yale University in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And I would just tell people that Connecticut is the only state in the union where barter is still a legal form of payment. And that you can go into any, like, Wawa or convenience store and try to buy things with shiny shells. And if they accept it, it's legal.
How would you like to be on the hall with 18-year-old John Hodgman at Yale?
Yeah, he'd be like, "Shut up, nerd."
Well, so we'll release this separately.
Yeah.
On the internet.
Look, I think I stand my ground on this, right?
All right. I guess that's about all the time we have
You
for
think I
Facebook
just-
questions, though.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That was beautiful.
If any of you have questions for me, or you doubt, or you think that I've ripped off stuff you should know on other subjects, and are not willing to, well, just accept that we think about the same things a lot.
Well, my
That's
point
why
is,
I like your show.
We're both trying to explain everything, so there's bound to be some overlap.
Yeah, but I've been at it since 2005.
Exactly.
And I also don't care about facts. But if any of you have questions for me and wish to, or for that matter, accusations for me, won't you please come and see me? I am now on book tour, or at least Hodgman Actual is now on book tour.
Do you have
Right.
dates?
Yeah, all right, so this is November 1st, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So November 1st, I am in Brooklyn at the Bell House.
Okay.
November 2nd, I am in Chicago at the Second City ETC stage.
Okay.
November 3rd, I am in St. Louis, Missouri. Well, let me.
Well, you're really getting around.
How will you be getting from place to place in such a short amount of time?
I traded Nick Mangold my burning Zeppelin for his penny farthing motorcycle.
Oh,
Yeah.
That seems even, because
So-
the Zeppelin was burning.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic. On November 3rd, I'll be in St. Louis, Missouri at the Mad Art Gallery. November 4th, I'll be in Los Angeles, California with Mr. Paul F. Tompkins and Mr. John Roderick.
Wow.
November 6th, I'll be in Portland, Oregon. I believe Roderick will be there. And I know that he'll be in Seattle at Town Hall on November 7th.
Is Roderick playing or anything, or is he?
Yeah,
just...
he'll be playing.
Oh, that's
no,
nice.
no, he's not just going to be sitting in
I
the
just thought he
audience.
would shadow
He's
you.
going to be standing there as entourage.
Yeah, right. Then I go down to Austin, Texas,
Great.
site of your live Stuff You Should Know podcast. Since I
On
know
what?
UFOs.
Nice.
Which you've mentioned in your books.
At book. Good point. Oh, you got me. You got me. Ancient Astronauts? Yeah, you got me. You got me. November 8th at Book People, one of the great independent bookstores of all time. Then Durham, North Carolina at the Durham Armory, November 9th.
Okay.
With the Regulator, at the Regulator Bookshop with son of North Carolina, David Reese. And then in Asheville, North Carolina, the college hometown of famous Tracy.
Yeah.
And then that'll be on the 11th. Just a few hours drive from here, Atlanta, by the way. In case
You're
you
not
wanna
swinging
come.
back through, though, huh?
No, I can't, unfortunately. I feel very bad about it, but
okay.
I'm here now.
Yeah, sure.
Then I'm back in New York November 14th at the Barnes & Noble, and then November 15th at the Coolidge Corner Theater in my hometown of Brookline, Massachusetts, and then November 16th at the Fitzgerald Theater in St. Paul, an extra special episode of Wits, a public radio show hosted by John Moe, starring me and special guest John Darnielle of the Mountain Goats, one of my favorites.
I love those guys.
Boy, oh boy, if you want...
That is a crazy couple of weeks.
It's a crazy cuckoo tour.
Yeah.
I really hope that people will come out. You have to buy tickets, but you get a copy of the book with the ticket.
Wow.
And I will sign every book that comes there, and I will talk to you all, and I will answer your questions, and I will respond to your accusations.
Yes. Perfect.
And
Vehemently.
I will not be holographic. I will be Hodgman actual.
That's great.
So thank you very much for letting me come by again, guys.
Of course.
Boy, it sounds like
Our
I'm
pleasure.
saying goodbye, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to come back the next one.
Are you
I have a
serious?
Yeah. Sorry.
We're doing another one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, until then, what? Today's Tuesday?
Yeah. I'll see you. Well, the holograph will reemerge.
So we have to deal with the holograph again. You're making us do a fourth one of these, and you're not even coming down here.
Right. Because when are you on again?
Thursday the 3rd.
Right.
So you'll be where?
I'll be in St. Louis at that
Okay.
time. Gateway to the West.
All right. Well, we'll see Hodgman's hologram again in a minute. And so will you, I guess, in a couple days, right?
I'm going to power down now, if you don't mind.
Okay. We'll see you in a little bit. If you have a question for John or for us, or you just want to say hi, or you want to say please bring back listener mail or anything but this, you can tweet it to us at SYSK Podcast. You can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/stuffyoushouldknow, or you can send us a good old-fashioned email at stuffpodcast@howstuffworks.com.
Be sure to check out our new video podcast, Stuff from the Future. Join How Stuff Works staff as we explore the most promising and perplexing possibilities of tomorrow. Brought to you by the reinvented 2012 Camry. It's ready. Are you?
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.